Hey, Coach. We've started to hear a little bit more positive buzz on Jacardi Wright since last season ended. Is there a reason to kind of believe in the hype that he's kind of going in the right direction?
Yeah, he's heading in the right direction. He's worked hard this offseason. He continues to grow as a football player as he understands what we're doing offensively. And again, it's just a process. And sometimes guys are ready to go early, and some guys it takes time. But he's progressing in the right direction.
And then how has Joe Irvin kind of responded? He didn't play last year, of course. He opted out, but Coach Kleiman said that I think it was Coach Kleiman said the light was starting to turn on for him after a week or two from being back. Are you kind of seeing the same thing?
Yes, for sure. One thing when we got started, I didn't talk about him sitting out. We just went right into it, and he's jumped in right away, and he's shown his abilities and things he needs to work on. He's willing to do, and he's worked hard, and he's developing really nice right now.
And then we kind of know what Deuce can do. He made a splash as a true freshman. How can he carve out the rest of his game, or what other parts of his game would you like to see him to become a more complete player?
Well, obviously, protection is always a concern because of his size, but he knows where to go. He knows what to do. It's just getting his technique down. And then obviously seeing the big picture. When I say seeing the big picture is seeing defenses, how guys are aligned and making those off track runs, those off schedule runs where, hey, it's designed to go this way, but if they overplay it, you can cut the ball back. And he's done that this spring. And so he's starting to progress in the right direction.
And lastly, just kind of from a macro point of view, what's one or two things that you've seen or kind of observed this spring that really gives you excitement about what is to come with your position group?
I think the depth right now, we got guys who are really, really fast. We got guys who are quick. We got guys who are bigger. We got guys who can catch the ball. So getting guys on the field and taking advantage of their skill set is a big, big thrill for me right now.
Thanks, Coach.
Fitz.
Hey, Coach, good to see you. Kind of following up on what Derek just asked. It's obvious what Deuce brings to the field. I mean, fans can see that, but how important is he in the locker room, in your film room, and those type of things?
Oh, it's big. I mean, he's a humble kid. He understands he doesn't have the success without his teammates. He understands that, and he carries himself in that manner. And having him in the meeting rooms, having him in the locker room, being a voice, and then just being by example how he practices every single day is having him around is a big thing for our football program.
And he stepped right in and played quite a bit. And that may not have been true. Joe had been around. We don't know. But now that Joe's back, how good is it to have someone of that caliber pushing Deuce?
It's awesome, because they complement each other very well, even though they're on the smaller side. But Joe has a lot of punch behind his frame, and he has speed behind his frame. So having those two guys in the backfield at the same time, along with Mosey, and then having Jacardier size and the other guys in the room, I mean, it's been great.
You kind of have a top four there. You mentioned those guys. Anyone else kind of stepping forward in your room that is making progress?
Jordan Shippers has done a great job moving over from defense. Clyde Price continues to grow as a player, in KJ Senko also. So everyone's doing well because they're all getting reps. So there's no way a kid can't get better because the way we practice. Every kid's getting an opportunity to get reps, and so every kid is growing. So as long as they continue to do the things they need to do during the off season this summer and get into fall camp, I feel really good about our room.
Well, thanks, Coach. Appreciate it.
Michael.
Hey, Brian, what can Jamar Mosey do to differentiate himself in the running back room?
Can you say that again, please?
What can Mosey do to differentiate himself in the running back room?
I mean, it's just they're continue to. I don't try to get those guys to compete against the other guys in the room. Basically, what I want guys to do, I want them to grow and be themselves. And when you utilize their skill set as an offense, like for Mosey, for instance, he's fast. He's a 600-meter guy. We need to find roles for him to use his speed. It's not about him just running between the tackles like a Deuce or catching balls out of the backfield like Deuce. We got to use his skill set to our advantage, and his skill set is speed. And so it's our job to find ways to get him in those situations. And he's done a better job of that, of using his speed, because now he's not thinking as much. And so we just got to continue to grow, get him going in the right direction and utilize his skill set.
Thanks, Coach.
Derek?
Yeah, Coach, one thing I wanted to touch on is it appears that perhaps the dead period might end in the next maybe 2 months from now. What does that do for you guys' program and how you recruit? Because I imagine visits probably are more important for your program and having to kind of defeat maybe some of the stereotypes that are out there.
Well, it's big. If we can get kids on campus, that's a big advantage for us because what we have to offer here, not just as a university, but as a coaching staff, and people getting to see us and see how we interact with our players and how we handle our program. And I think that's big for us to continue to grow this program to what we want. And so if this dead period ends here soon and we can get kids on campus, that's going to help us tremendously.